So here we are. This is my current grid that I have up. So Amazon, Palantir, NVDA, Tesla, Microsoft in gold. And then obviously I have the indices over here on the side. So on NVIDIA. So this is actually, let me show you. I want to make this video specifically about NVIDIA. But what happened today was simultaneous hour signals on most of my big boys. So what this looks like is this. Not gold, because obviously gold sort of trades opposite of all of this. Let's think, what's another big cap? I didn't even look at Meta today, but I don't really trade Google often. Let me have a think. It doesn't matter. So let's just go with the ones that I was looking at today. Here we have a 3-2 hour. Here we have a failed up 2 hour. Here we have an inside hour. Here on Tesla, it's not failed. I guess it depends on who you ask. Some people say if it goes below the trigger, it's failed, but I wait on the actual candle color to change. So regardless, we have this beautiful shooter on Tesla, and then we have Microsoft with the fail 2 up, right? So everything's happening at the same time. I have all my alerts set and all this shit triggers, right? Which is my favorite situation. It triggers, and within the first 5 minutes it comes back above the trigger, and half of them I think flipped the hour. I know NVIDIA did. So I shorted NVIDIA, right, off of that hour. Let's just focus on this. Let me make it larger. And let me do maybe 3, so it's easier for you to see. So, let's do 5:30 an hour. So my alerts went off hectic, right? All of them practically at the same time. So I'm thinking, great, we're going to short, we're coming down. I look at SPY. SPY also has... I missed this inside 30, but it also was like a continuation on the hour. We're going to go to ADR, right? Like I'm ready to short the market. So back to NVIDIA. And let me make this a proper line. So the entry was here, inside hour, down, looking for low of day, and then ADR, right? So new low of day, ADR, T1, ADR, T2, right? So if I'm looking at the day, my final T2 target was here, but ultimately the target would be the gap fill, right? That would be like the most ideal situation. So we open here, we come all the way down, we fill the gap. That's what I'm looking for on NVIDIA. What happens? Again, the first 5 minutes of this trigger, I get a hammer on the 5, right? So I'm short. And then I believe it's here. Yep. So I'm short here. It comes down. It misses low of day. Barely. Right? Like, I don't know, 3-4 cents. I could tell you exactly. But it doesn't matter. So this is low of day. You can see. And we came here. Right? So I see that the 5 has hammered. And I'm thinking we're going to go outside hour. So I flip my short to long, okay, which means, I don't know, I lose like maybe $10 or something on this, because I'm trading weekly contracts, right? Like I'm always trading weeklies. So I don't know, let's say I exit here. And I re-enter on this 5 hammer, right? But the problem that I'm having is, or rather the mistake that I made, is I'm trying to be a hero on my initial entry. What I need to be doing is entering and then waiting for an actionable signal to tell me when to add to my entry, right? That's one of the mistakes. So I flip long, and then I have a candle that goes my way, looking good. And then I get this 3 against me, right? This 5 against me. What does that do? Let me actually go back to this was my initial entry, right? Entry 1 for the short. I flipped long, so this is my second entry. So what do? I see that it has re-triggered my original entry, which was this inside hour, right? So I flip back short on this like 3-2, right? So it re-triggered, I flip back short, so my entry has changed a tiny bit, right? It's there now. And I'm ready to hit low of day, but it doesn't do that. It goes back up, right? The problem with what I'm doing is I'm looking at all of this here. So I'm practically looking at the 5 and the 15 on NVIDIA. You can't win this way because I can't see the whole chart. That's why Sarah's always saying zoom out. But I didn't zoom out. I'm just trying to be a hero because I took a few losses in the morning and I just want to make that money back, right? So I'm not trading with... the only word that can come to mind is elegance, which is not the right word, but I'm not trading intelligently, right? So I get back in this short thinking like, okay, it's not the worst getting back in, but what I do is I get back in this short and then I hold it, right? Because I'm trying to be a hero. If I were to get in my short here, which I did, my exit should be any 5 against me, which would be this 5. Again, these are my exits because I'm playing weekly contracts, right? So, and that means like they expire on Friday. So this should be my exit at the worst. But, which is when the hour and 30 change continuity back green again. But instead of doing that, I decided I'm going to hold it because I couldn't tell you why I decided that. So I'm holding this position and just losing money on these ways up, right? And you get these little moments, right? Like you get this like right here where it, let me make these yellow. So maybe ignore the word add. Let me make this larger, right? So my position is short. I just want to clarify. My position is short. This red line should have been my exit, right? But I just didn't get out. I just kept letting it go up. I was thinking, you know, it's going to come down. But like hope is not a strategy. Hope is just hope. So what happens is, right, like you get this candle that opens here and it goes red and you're like, oh, this is great, right? You have these moments where this yellow line, I don't know why I deleted that. Let's wait, yeah. Where this yellow line is where you're like, oh, it's going to come back down, right? It's going to re-trigger the hour again. And you have these moments where you're just like, oh, it's going to work. It's going to work. But really, you should just exit the trade and wait for a proper actionable signal, right? So this comes down, then it goes back up, and you're like, oh shit, maybe I should exit, right? So this is your second opportunity to exit. I don't exit. I just wait. But then I get this 5 that comes back down, and I'm like, oh yeah, like, it's going to happen for me. It's going to happen for me. And I usually don't trade, like, full force on hope, but I also usually don't lose... like right at the open. I was a little too excited at the open. So, and then you have this moment, right, where it's just like, you're just focused on the 5. Like you're stuck to the screen, you're focused on the 5, and you're getting this like, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then what happens? It does this little trigger thing. And I think it was also on the 15. Let's see. I hope this video makes sense. It's so bloody irritating. So yeah, you get this failed 15, and then it triggers this 15 again. It triggers this failed 2 up, right? So now you're thinking, what is this? The third possible entry, right? Now you're thinking, oh, it's going to go my way. No big deal. I held through all of this. It's going to be fine. It comes down. I'll get rid of this one. It comes down off of this 1, 2, 2, 15. Still doesn't hit low of day. What's that telling you? That's telling you that it can't get there, right? However, I'm short. I just need this money. I'm going to stick with it. It's going to happen. Again, hope is not a strategy. So this happens. This like, hello, exit, 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 exit now. But I don't, right? I just keep holding it. I keep holding it. I keep holding it until I couldn't even tell you when. Like I see that this is the monthly trigger. So if I pull up the month here for you, you can see this is the monthly trigger down, right? That's what that line is. So I'm thinking, okay, great. I'm going to keep holding unless it crosses the monthly trigger, right? But then you start negotiating with yourself. You're like, it's going to come back down. And if I look at the 5, it hit the monthly trigger. It pulled back. It did all the shit, right? So here I am. Okay, it hit the monthly trigger, but it's fine. And then it comes back down. And then it comes back down even further. And then what does it do? It wicks this and goes back up, right? And so my mistake was just trading on hope, number 1. Number 2, allowing my P&L to like really control what I'm doing, and not zooming out, right? Had I just zoomed out and took a 1 moment to focus, I can see that this is a failed 2 down, right? Which is also an inside 30, which is also a freaking hammer hour. In what world is that going to be a good short? It's not. This is a long. This is a very clear long. But I sit here and I let the hour go against me, and I pass this, and I'm just sitting here taking a loss when it's just completely unnecessary, right? Really, my bias should have changed again. It's not, I'm not saying don't change your bias. I'm saying trade the chart, right? This is the actual trade. Entry, target, high of day. Actually, the target really is the flip, like daily continuity. So if you look at the day still red here. This is the first target, and then high of day. This is a previous outside hour. Oh, that was the original outside hour I thought was going to happen. Let me delete that. But then new high of day is the second target, right? And I eventually get in along, but I just, this 15 like pull against me, you know, I'm too focused on my P&L right now. So this 15er against me, I got out. But really, the absolute best trade you could take is next week, 115, 120. If you want to be cheap about it. Really, next week, 110s, you'll be in the money because you're setting up this weekly 122, right? So yeah, it's just this setup here is brilliant. Like I love it. It works for me, but there's a time to use it and a time not to use it. And when you're so zoomed in, I'm only looking at the 15, like, oh, I'll wait for a 15 to come against me. You miss the fact that it's not just the 15 against you. It's literally setting up a long, but you can't see the 30 and the hour at the same time. So like what you've done is really just shot yourself in the foot. So yeah, that's really quite upsetting. And even like this exit that I took is quite upsetting. It's not a bad exit. The issue is I had already put so much money in that now I'm like out, like I'm done trading, right? Like there's no reason to risk any more money. But at the end of the day, this setup is a long. It's a 122 on the hour. It's a 212. I guess it's, yeah, it is. It's a 212 on the 30. But this really just more so than anything, like inside 30 triggers this hour, a 122 hour. It's clearly a long. And I would argue, or not argue, but I would bet that most things are giving me long. Tesla's a weird one to do because of earnings. Let's see. Amazon was a great short this morning, so it may take a bit of time. But look, you have your inside and up on the hour. I don't even know what the day looks like here. Regardless, I wanted to talk about NVDA. So that's what happened on NVDA.